Olimar Shipwreck Tale. A mode in Pikmin 4 that surprised me when I saw it first. It's like a remaster of Pikmin 1, but it's not at the same time. But is it really better than the OG Pikmin 1? That's what we're gonna find out today. But before we start comparing these two games, just remember that this is my opinion on these two games. Not everyone has the same opinion, so you might agree or disagree. And if you disagree or agree, let me know in the comments. I would love to read them. But yeah, I will go over 7 different things in these games. I will go over gameplay, difficulty, the Pikmin themselves, the bosses, the puzzles, the areas, and the reward. And whichever game gets more points at the end is the better one. So let's get started. Pikmin 1's controls are pretty simple. You press A to throw a Pikmin, you press A near a seed, you will pluck it.
My name is Steve!
Press X to dismiss your Pikmin. Press B to blow your whistle. And press L plus the right stick to swarm. Swarming is a very useful mechanic that lets you swarm around enemies or squeeze your Pikmin to tight spaces, because there are a lot of them in this game. And that's really all the controls for the whole game. The only new mechanic that you will find in Pikmin 1 are the bomb rocks, which can only be used by the yellow Pikmin. So yeah, those are the controls for the whole game of Pikmin 1. The controls in Olimar Shipwreck Tale are mostly the same as in Pikmin 1, on a few differences though. Now X is not used for dismissing your Pikmin, now X is now used to jump and charge with moss. The dismiss button is now set on the command menu, where you just tab a command and you select dismiss or disband, whatever it's called in this game. But there are not only bomb rocks in Pikmin 4, there are ice blasts, there are dragonators, there are mines. Like, there are a whole bunch of items that you can get in this game. And not only in Olimar Shipwreck Tale, you get an upgrade every single time you collect a ship part, which is something that is missing from Pikmin 1. So, Olimar Shipwreck Tale easily gets the point for gameplay. It has the most features, the most mechanics, and the easiest gameplay. So, yeah, point for Olimar Shipwreck Tale. So in Pikmin 1, the main thing that you gotta do is you gotta collect ship parts in 30 days. You have 30 days to collect 30 ship parts. So if you do the math, if you get 1 ship part each day, you're completely fine. In Olimar Shipwreck Tale, you only have 15 days to collect 30 ship parts, so you might say Olimar Shipwreck Tale is more difficult then. Yeah? Well, we're wrong. In Olimar Shipwreck Tale, all the ship parts are pretty close to each other, and they are not in Pikmin 1. And the enemies in Pikmin 1, they also have way more health. Some janky stuff can happen when fighting them, if you remember on the Wii and the GameCube version. Longtime fans will know this. The crushing glitch. It has been taken out in the Switch version, but if you play on the GameCube and the Wii version, sometimes when you defeat an enemy, the Pikmin will just die for no reason at all. So, I don't think I need to say more. Pikmin 1 is more difficult. The enemies are way stronger, and all the wacky stuff that can happen in that game. Yeah, that's an easy point for Pikmin 1. Alright, the bosses. The bosses in Pikmin 1, I will go over them one by one and explain how to defeat them and how fun they are to fight. So first off, we have the Mamuda. Well, in my opinion, I don't think this guy is a boss. He just sits there, he's peaceful, and he should not be killed in the first place. Like he really doesn't mind that you're there. He's just living his own day. Again, he's not really a boss, so yeah, that's you should let him live. You should let him live. And now the second boss, the armored cannon beetle, also called the horned cannon beetle in Pikmin 4. But this guy, he breathes and then spits out a rock in a straight line. So you might think, why do I not throw Pikmin into its blowhole? Well, you throw one in there, it gets stuck, he cannot breathe, and then he shows his weak point, and then you throw Pikmin on there, and then you kill him. It's a pretty simple boss fight in Pikmin 1, so actually think the Armor Cannon Beetle is pretty fun to fight. Alright, the next boss fight is the Burrowing Snaggart. The way how you defeat this guy never actually changed throughout the series. Like, he burrows from the ground, he wants to eat your Pikmin, yada yada yada. But when he gets stuck in the ground in Pikmin 1, you really should start swarming in its head to get the most damage off of him. When I first battled this guy, I lost a ton of Pikmin, but now I can take him with ease. The Burrowing Snag is not my favorite boss in Pikmin 1, but it's a classic. It's probably one of the most memorable bosses in any Pikmin game. Alright, the next boss is the Gulix. Oh boy, the Gulix. So if you see this guy in the impact site on odd number days starting at day 9, then you might want to put away your yellows and reds. Because the yellows and reds are useless against this guy. They will die if you use them. So you might want to use some blue Pikmin. So you have two options to defeat this guy. He has two cells in his watery body, if I can call them cells, but anyway. There is a small one and a big one. The Pikmin can latch onto the small one. I would say 20 blue Pikmin and then keep the rest with you to throw some blues on the big cell. And the farther that the Gulix is stretched out, if you throw it on the big membrane, it will shoot back into its normal form. The farther away, the more damage. Or you can just let all your blues just punch its smaller membrane for the whole day. Like, that's also an option. And then one of my favorite bosses in Pikmin 1, the beady Longlegs. This is also again a pretty simple boss fight. You throw Pikmin onto its bulbous center. I would recommend yellows for this, because it's a pretty high up center and it can kill a lot of Pikmin if you go in with a squad of 100. Actually, I would recommend only a squad of 10 or 15 yellows to beat this guy. But if you can always go in with a squad of 100, but just be ready to lose a bunch of Pikmin. Alright, the last boss in Pikmin 1. Oh wait, no, not the last one. What am I talking about? The secret boss in Pikmin 1. The Smoky Prog also made his big glorious return in Pikmin 4. But in Pikmin 1, this guy was an absolute fear. When Pikmin touch the smoky center or the smoky trail behind him, they instantly die. And just make sure when he's standing near the onions, just throw a Pikmin on its head. And when it shakes them off, call them back. Or you can just use bomb rocks. And now the last boss in Pikmin 1, the Emperor Bullblacks. How do you take this guy out? You use bombs with yellows, let the Pikmin throw it in its mouth, or let the yellow Pikmin get eaten, unfortunately. And then just use reds. And then repeat the process, repeat it until he's dead. And get your money, put it in the ship, and get home. Okay, now let's talk about the bosses in Almost Shipwreck Tale. In Almost Shipwreck Tale, the bosses are the Armor Cannon Beetle, You didn't really change much. Again, throw Pikmin into its blowhole, and then it reveals its weak point, yada yada yada, you kill it. The burrowing snagwit, it's also the same. And then again, the baldy longlegs is basically the beady longlegs, but less popular. And the bug-eyed crawman, that's a boss from Pikmin 3. But the thing you do with the bug-eyed crawman is you wait for him to come out of his hole. You throw blues or wings or any type of Pikmin on its eyes. And once you knock out the two eyes, he will flip on its back and reveals its weak point. And you guess what? You throw Pikmin on there. But its eyes don't really have that much HP, so you should be fine with the boss. The next boss is the Emperor Bulblax. Or it's got a different name in Pikmin 4, the bigger Bulblax, but I'm calling it the Emperor Bulblax, okay? Same story here, you can use bombs, throw it in his mouth, and then you throw Pikmin. But you can easily defeat this one without bombs, it will just take a lot of time. The next boss is the Porquillium, or if I'm saying that right. But the thing you do here is you wait for him to shoot out all of his spikes, and then you do a quick little bonk, and he should go down no matter what. The next boss is the Guildamander, and this guy could take a lot of time. You need to knock out all of its gold from its back, destroy the gold because he will get it back, and then throw Pikmin onto the red spots on its back. And if you destroy all the red spots, he's dead. Just be careful for its giant tongue attack. And then the final boss of Olimar's Shipwreck Tale is the Man-at-Legs. Oh boy, the beloved. He's pretty much the same as in Pikmin 2, only a little bit weaker. His bullets go less. He can't aim very well in this game. But the thing that you do is in Olimar's Shipwreck Tale, he's on top of a big table with plates and all that other stuff on it. So you go in, you throw yellows onto its center, then he will start shooting at you. You will just go hide behind the plates, wait for him to be done with shooting, and you repeat that process until he's dead. So, the bosses, which Pikmin game has better bosses? I would say Olimar's Shipwreck Tale. Again, that's another point for Olimar's Shipwreck Tale. Congratulations. Let's talk about the Pikmin themselves now. The Pikmin in Pikmin 1. Oh boy, something that I have some memories with in the Wii version, because I never played the GameCube version, but I know it's even worse than the GameCube version. In the Switch version, in my opinion, their AI is fine. But in the Wii and GameCube version, they just start plucking at grass, start knocking down a pellet posy, just touch an enemy, or wake up a Bulborb, love to get eaten, they blow themselves up every single second. Their AI was terrible in the GameCube and Wii version. It's still not perfect in the Switch version, but it's better, it's better. But now the Pikmin in Olimar's Shipwreck Tale, I would say they have the same AI as in Pikmin 3, which was legendary. They won't do anything unless you tell them to. It's perfect. Easy point for Olimar's Shipwreck Tale. Alright, the puzzles in both of these games. Well, I'm just gonna say it right away, Pikmin 1 has better puzzles. Let me explain. Pikmin 1 has some pretty cool puzzles. It has a box that you can throw yellows over in Forest of Hope. Distant Spring utilizes the swarm mechanic for some puzzles, which I like. But in Olimar's Shipwreck Tale, most of the time it's just go there, defeat an enemy, get the ship part, and again go there, get the ship part, defeat an enemy, blah 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 blah. That's a point for Pikmin 1. If you played Olimar's Shipwreck Tale, there aren't really that many puzzles, it's just go there, defeat an enemy, rinse and repeat. Pikmin 1 has 5 areas. Impact Site, the Forest of Hope, then Forest Navel, also known as the Forest Belly Button, the Distant Spring, and the Final Trial. Well, these areas, it might sound that Pikmin 1 is bigger, right? Olimar Shipwreck Tale only has 4 areas. Sun-Speckled Terrace, Blossoming Arcadia, Serene Shores, and Hero's Hideaway. But Impact Site and Final Trial are really small. The Impact Site is just a tutorial, and Final Trial is the final trial, the final boss. The Forest of Hope, Forest Navel, and the Distant Spring are the 3 main areas you will explore. The Forest of Hope has a lot of Bulborbs in it. It has the Snagrets and the Armored Cannon Beetle. You can complete this area without using any blues. The Forest Navel is an area that has water, fire, and 2 bosses. There is also a puzzle for the Libra that requires every single Pikmin type, which I also like. The Distant Spring is a water-filled area. Get this area done with just blues and yellows. Alright, so the areas in Olimar Shipwreck Tale, Sun-Speckled Terrace is again pretty fun to play in, but the whole upper section is blocked off, so yeah, that's less fun. Nintendo, why did you block this off? The Blossoming Arcadia is where you find Moss. You feed it a bone, your best friends forever, you go on an adventure. It's a pretty basic area. And then Serene Shores, again a water-based area where you will probably only use blues. I don't know, there isn't much to talk about these areas. Serene Shores has a giant sandcastle, which is cool. And on top of that sandcastle, you will fight the Emperor Bulblax, and when you defeat him, you will actually drop the piggy bank from Pikmin 1. Pretty nice detail. After that, Hero's Hideaway, which, when you first land there, you will be thrown back into the tutorial, the first seconds of Pikmin gameplay in Pikmin 4. You start finding your 100 Pikmin, you go up to the table, you see a Parculium, you kill it, you find the radio, and then you will find the Galamander. You defeat that thing, and then you just play your normal Pikmin game. And that's also why you fight the Man at Legs. For areas, I will also give Pikmin 1 a point. I mean, I think the areas there were a little bit better. This is my opinion. I love the original trilogy in Pikmin. Well, you guys could disagree, let me know in the comments. And now for the last point these games can score, the reward. What do you get for beating these 2 games? Well, let's start with Pikmin 1. If you beat the main story, no matter what ending, you will get the challenge mode. The only thing that the challenge mode does is just give the enemies from the main game some new homes. Puff's tool in Distant Spring, like that's different. Oh, a ball bear in Forest of Hope, alright, that's also different. So the main goal of the challenge mode is how many Pikmin can you grow in a single day. So basically you get a time limit, you get your Pikmin, kill everything you see, and grow more Pikmin. It's some pretty nice stuff. But now the reward for Olimar Shipwreck Tale, you get the Trial of the Sage Leaf. And what are these trials, you might say? Those are 10 different challenges, and these are the hardest challenges the game throws at you. So you have to get your inner Dandori out of you to beat them.
Please, no.
I'm looking at you, sub-level 7. Also, what do you get for beating these challenge modes? In Pikmin 1 you get nothing. It's just an extra mode that you can play for fun. But in Pikmin 4 you get the purple and white onion, which is a very good reward in my opinion. Like, we have never seen a purple onion before. This made me so happy, but it made me a little bit less happy because I had to go through sub-level 7 again. I hate this shit. So the last point for this one is for Olimar's Shipwreck Tale. Congratulations, Olmar's Shipwreck Tale. You are the ultimate winner with 4-3. But now I'm gonna give my own opinion on these two games. I like Pikmin 1 more than Olmar's Shipwreck Tale. But that's because I've been a long time Pikmin fan and nothing can beat the original. Pikmin 1 is a classic. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. This video took a long time to make, so I would appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel. There is always more Pikmin content coming, so subscribe if you love Pikmin I Cannot Control You. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.